Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Game Week 19 deadline stream. Hope you are all doing well. I've got 4 free transfers to use. I'm probably going to use 3 of them. There is part of me that thinks I could just roll, or I could just make one move like Fernandes to Eze or Saar and just leave it at that. I'm not particularly happy with Mbeumo, but he does have Southampton next week, so it's not the end of the world. And I think Isak is good, but not essential this week. But he is probably going to go up in price tonight. I just don't know if I want to miss yet another price rise and pay 9.2 million for him. So I'm probably going to do Saliba, Fernandes, Raul Jimenez to Anderson, Castagna, Eze or Saar, and Isak, and that's it. But I'll make it later on because there's no point in doing it right now, I would say. Play Rodgers or Iwobi? Probably Rodgers, right? Isabel captain, I'm guessing that's Isak. Definitely not. There's no chance I'd... If you were going to captain Isak, it was probably against Leicester or Ipswich, right? I don't see Isak being a captain anytime soon, really. He does play Southampton at some point in the future. Can't remember which week that is. Is it like game week 23 or something? Where's Newcastle? Yeah, Southampton away in game week 23, the same week that Parma has City away, to be fair. But Liverpool got Ipswich at home, so let's not kid ourselves. We're going for Salah, right? Up there with Darren Noodles. I think Darren Noodles was on purpose, though. I don't think that was an accident. Late to the party, but I'm thinking of captaining Salah over Palmer. Well, I've changed my armband. I've also put it on Salah. Here we go, another game week. Son with a Hattie. I've thought about getting Son in. I think Fernandes to Son, Saliba to Castagna works for me. I think I've got enough money to do that. And just forego Isak for a couple more weeks. But he's just going up and up in price. Like, it's an absolute killer. I don't really want to do that. Also, I quite like the idea of just getting the Palace midfielder in now, especially when they got Leicester soon as well. But like, I could do... So I could do Saliba to Castagna, Fernandes to Son, and just use 2 transfers instead of 3. And then... after the Newcastle at home game that Son has, then do Son to the Palace midfielder in 21, and then get Isak. It's a possible option. I did a bit of a rage transfer on Friday. I did João Pedro to Cunha, and I regret it a little bit. Do you think it's a disaster transfer or okay? Well, it's probably going to be okay until Cunha gets banned, right? Like, I'd rather have Cunha this week than João Pedro, put it that way. Transferring for Saka, Saar or Gordon. I think Gordon's probably better long term, but I do like just targeting that Southampton fixture straight away. How can we change your mind on Palmer captain? I just don't know if I want to bet against Salah. I really just don't know if I do. There's part of me that still wants to go for Palmer just because it's a bit of a differential, and everyone's going to go for Salah. Is West Ham away a bad enough fixture to bet against Salah? I'm not sure it is, to be honest with you. Oh, I've not updated my points still. I can quickly do that now. That's because I did the last stream at my sister's house in England. Now I'm back in my office in Ireland, and I've just not. I'm not completely with it. Christmas has thrown me. I don't even know. It's Sunday, right? It's a weird day to be doing a stream. We've got a match on at 2:30, and then the rest of them are at 3 for some reason. Just Christmas throws me completely. Okay, stream. Scrolling, points and rank. Okay. Yeah, I better update it because my overall rank is not as good as 206k anymore. It's 341k, which is a bit terrible. Let me just put this in here. I got 56 points. I got 56 points last week, which is my lowest point score since game week 9. Terrible. Oh, sugar. Save. Let me just save this. PNG. And then we can close that. There you go. It should be updated now. Very bad rank. Solanke captain to chase rank. I would just captain whoever you think is going to score the most points. Like, Solanke does not seem like a great captain this week to me. Like, unless it really works out, which is more likely to not work out than it would work out, you're going to be even further behind. Is Dubravka a consideration? 6 pointers last 3 weeks. I mean, he is if you think Newcastle are going to keep getting clean sheets every single week. But with Man United away and Spurs away next 2, I suspect those 6-pointers might dry up a little bit. Who to bench? Timber, Enzo, or in Burma have Gabriel? I would probably play the attackers, although benching Timber doesn't feel great. I'm not sure what to... I've got. By the way, if I bring in Isak for Raul Jimenez, I've then got a benching headache this week. I'd have to bench one of Mbeumo or Rodgers, and I'm not sure who to bench. With double Arsenal defence, I'm tempted to bench Mbeumo, but I don't think I can. I just don't think I can. KSL, where were you on Boxing Day? Where were you on Boxing Day? Salah rested. Thank you very much. That is insane. Again. Oh my god. Everyone was missing you on Boxing Day. By the way, Salah is not going to be rested. I guess he could be, but probably not. Is Trent worth 0.6 more than Van Dijk? I think he is, yeah. I think he is. Why Bruno? Okay, so Bruno's in my 11 because it's just easier to... It's easier to imagine what my team's going to look like when I make my transfers. Like, I will swap Fernandes. I'm probably going to get Eze, by the way, instead of Sarr. I think everyone's buying Sarr. So I kind of want to go for Eze instead. And who knows, maybe Mateta will be off the pitch at some point and Eze will get a penalty. 8 Nori to Minoz. Thanks, by the way, KSI. Much appreciated. I think I said that already, but just in case. Connor, thank you. 8 Nori to Minoz and Ahmad to Sarr with 2 free transfers. 8 Nori to Minoz and Ahmad to Sarr. Yeah, I quite like that. I think Sarr is better than Ahmad. Can you tweeze that for free or roll? Major fear of missing out. I'd probably just do it. I would probably just do it. I mean, you could argue that Cunha is better this week because of the fixture, but I think I'd just get Isak in. The thing is, you're going to want, as long as he can stay fit, which he may not do, but as long as he can stay fit, you're definitely going to want Isak. He's going to go up in price again tonight. Am I ready for the Cunha mega haul? Honestly, Cunha owners, like, Cunha is one of those... I want to watch how I word this because people are going to think that I think he's a bad pick and he wasn't. Like, Cunha was a really good pick, but the outcome has been, like, ridiculous compared to how good of a pick he was. Like, the outcome has been insane for how good Cunha should have been. Like, the amount of goals he scored is just ridiculous. And then he assaults someone and he can just keep on playing. And he keeps scoring. And now he's got to play Spurs with like no defenders. Oh my god, the outcome has been insane. Going for Raul Jimenez in game week 10. What an absolute killer, honestly. Would you downgrade Trent, Van Dijk, Gabriel to make funds to get Pickford? Who's TTA? Is that Trent Alexander-Arnold? I don't get it. Downgrade Liverpool and Arsenal defenders to get Pickford. Oh, or consider rolling with Fabianski and Flecken. Okay. No, I would just get a cheaper goalkeeper. Or downgrade someone else. I mean, you could make an argument to downgrade Gabriel, I guess. I wouldn't get rid of the Liverpool players. Bruno, Evan Nielsen to Havertz / 7.2 million midfielder. Havertz is... Yeah, I guess Havertz is fine. I still don't... I guess his minutes are probably okay. I quite like that, yeah. FPL is all luck. I disagree that it's all luck, but you do need a bit of luck along the way to get a good rank. Like, I had a lot of luck on that run from 2.9 million to 200k, and I would love to get more luck. That would be nice. Bruno for Sarr / Eze and Raul Jimenez for Jackson. Thoughts? Yeah, quite like it. I mean, I guess there is a chance Jackson is rested this week, but I think the chance is a lot lower than it was against Southampton. But I could be wrong. Wait, you've put in Eze, he's yellow flagged. What? He's not. Why would he be yellow flagged? No, Hughes is yellow flagged, not Eze. Jeez, you made me panic then. Semenyo, Rodgers, Robinson. Oh, start 2. Semenyo, Rodgers, Robinson, Hall, Evan Nielsen. Probably, I mean, Evan Nielsen should start this week, right? So I'd probably... I'd probably say Semenyo and Rodgers. Start Piyush, member for 30 months. Thank you very much. Start Hall, Konza, or Porro. I mean, Porro should start, right? Spence is out. He's suspended. Honestly, I'm just going to say it now. I feel like I'm so out of the loop with FPL. Like I feel like I've seen that. I know that Spence is suspended, but I don't quite believe it because it's been Christmas and I've not been. I feel like I've been tracking what's going on in FPL, but also not at the same time, which I know makes no sense. But yeah, Spence is suspended, so Porro should start. I mean, Wolves and Spurs are probably not going to keep a clean sheet, but honestly, I'd probably start Porro. Cons has got Brighton at home. Lewis Hall has got Man United. I'm starting Porro, I think. 1.6 in the bank. He's probably a massive differential at this point as well. Griffith, 15 months, thank you very much. 1.6 in the bank. João Pedro to Mateta or roll. Bench one of Porro, Colwell and Robinson. Again, I would probably play Porro. I guess Colwell's got a pretty good chance at a clean sheet. Robinson, maybe less so because Bournemouth attack's pretty good. I'll play Porro. Why not? Big differential. If you don't want to do that, by the way, I get it. João Pedro to Mateta or Roll. If you don't need that money for anything else, I'd rather have Mateta for the next kind of 3-4 game weeks. But I still like João Pedro's value, even though he's just gone down in price again. Honestly, Raul Jimenez and João Pedro are just killing my team value. Nick gifted a membership, thank you very much. Saka and Strand Larson to Isak and Eze, 2 free transfers. That sounds pretty nice to me, yeah. And 29 months, thank you very much. Hope you had a good Christmas. I did, hope you did as well. Thanks again for all the content. Happy New Year to everyone else. The next deadline stream will be in the new year, 4th of January. I'm 2.7 million ranked. Would you captain Palmer in my position? See, I quite like that, yeah. Like, captaining Palmer over Salah is a nice differential player. I don't think captaining Solanke is, that someone mentioned earlier. Julian, thank you very much. Just want to say a big thank you for all your tips and opinions. I feel like I always have to come in here for advice on my transfer, and you always help me out. Happy days. Glad I can help someone. Not really helping myself right now very much. Who to bench? Robinson, Robertson, Kirkes. Oh my days. West Ham away, Bournemouth at home. Not Kirkes. Will Robertson start? Tsimikas is back, right? Oh, he had 4 minutes off the bench against Leicester. That doesn't strike me as going to start again. I'd probably go Robertson. I don't know if there's much chance of Tsimikas starting. 4 minutes off the bench doesn't strike me as going to be ready to start the next game, but I guess he could. If you want to play it safe, you go Robinson. If you want to take a bit of a risk, you go Robertson. I wouldn't play Kirkes, I don't think. Not over Robinson. Doesn't make sense. Bench 1. Enzo, Ahmad, João Pedro, Gabriel, Timber, Munoz. 1. I mean, I hate benching attackers. I'm going to say Timber, I think. I'd play Munoz ahead of Timber. Another goal conceded with Robertson at the epicenter. Not shocked if he's benched. I wouldn't be shocked if he's benched for Tsimikas either, like if Tsimikas was fully fit. But he has been back in training. I guess minutes off the bench. There probably is enough risk there just to go Robinson. Abby, 17 months, thank you. Hoyland, Jimenez, Mitoma, start 2 and bench. I think you've got to bench Jimenez because there's a chance he doesn't start. I think it's more likely that Jimenez doesn't start than he does. You don't need to make transfers. Sub Saliba in for Mberma and go all out for the clean sheet, which is very possible. Then Jimenez for Fernandes so you can bank up your free transfers. But I've already got 4 free transfers, and Raul Jimenez is probably not going to start this week. I think there's a really high chance that Meniz just starts instead. Not necessarily because I think Meniz is first choice, but just because of the quick turnaround between games. Bench 1, Rodgers, Ahmad, João Pedro. Probably Ahmad. Happy New Year to you as well. Are we allowed to say Happy New Year when it's not the New Year yet? Are we allowed to do that? Why no mention of Aina in Wildcard? So I'll be honest with you, right? Like I said in the video, I like to be honest when I haven't put as much thought into it. I did that Wildcard video very quick because a lot of people had asked me about Wildcards. I did have Milenkovic actually in the draft at one point, and then I switched around the defenders. And so I probably just forgot to mention it. Like I recorded that video extremely quickly. Yeah, I don't mind Forest defenders all that much, but I'm still struggling a little bit with Forest. I fully acknowledge their defense is really good. The numbers speak for themselves. I don't think it's a fluke. Everton away Everton away is probably not that bad for a clean sheet. You've got Southampton at home soon as well. Yeah, I really don't mind if you've got a spare slot for like a cheap defender. Let's say you're not going for Gabriel, like in the draft that I had Gabriel, and you want to go for a cheap defender. You're probably looking at like Forest, Colwill, I don't know, Aston Villa, something like that. In which case, yeah, take the Nottingham Forest defender. Also, Aina's quite expensive now versus like Castagna, Anderson, etc. Cunha owners sell. Honestly, again, unless you're selling to ease out, which I don't even think that is that essential this week, I think you just keep Cunha until he gets banned. Or at least keep him for this week or next week, unless he gets banned. Benching Burma, Ahmad, or João Pedro. Ahmad, I think. Start Robinson or Kirk. I would just start the guy at home, honestly. Like, Bournemouth are away to Fulham, right? Sarin for Diallo or Bowen. I mean, probably Amad Diallo, right? The thing is with that kind of question, right? It's very easy for me to say just sell Amad Diallo and keep Bowen, but I don't know what your future plans are, right? If you sell Bowen, you've got a lot more money to spend for other moves. Is that going to be helpful for you? Possibly. But in isolation, I'm selling Ahmad before I'm selling Bowen, despite the next 2 fixtures. Which goalkeeper to get if I have Flecken and Fabianski? Probably Pickford or Alisson, depending on how much budget you've got. Should I take a -4? Should I -4 to make a -8 for Flecken to Henderson? Have Fabianski. I would get a new goalkeeper in, personally, if you've got Flecken and Fabianski. I did Saka to Odegaard, but kind of wish I'd gone with Martinelli. Seems a bit boring. Yeah, but, you know, if Odegaard puts away one of those chances, you're probably quite happy, right? If he gets a penalty today or whenever he's playing, that could be quite nice as well. Play 3. Oh, I'm just gonna hang on a second. I'm just gonna swap Fernandez, so I stop getting Fernandez questions. There we go. But now I'm gonna get questions. Why are you playing 4-4-2? Am I allowed to put Christmas songs on? I'm gonna put Christmas songs on. Play 3 out of Timber, Gabriel, Robinson, and Colwill, or play a back 4 and bench Ahmad or João Pedro. No, I'd probably play a back 3 and just bench. Ooh, yeah, fair enough. I'd probably bench Colwill and just play the attackers. Play Semenyo and Bowen, or go 4-4-2 with double Arsenal, Robinson, and Trent. I would play Trent and double Arsenal, and I'd probably just bench Robinson, I think, out of those. And hope that Semenyo wipes out his clean sheet, you know? Would you bet on Newcastle keeping a clean sheet against Man United without Bruno Fernandes? I guess the clean sheet becomes a little bit easier to get, but not. I don't think Newcastle get a clean sheet today, or whenever. I don't even know when the games are. Obviously, there's some today. That's why there's a deadline. Yeah, Man United playing tomorrow. Arsenal not playing until 2025. Start one of Enzo or João Pedro. I would probably have to start João Pedro, just because of the penalties, basically. Donat, 60 months, thank you very much. Eze versus Sarr. Do you consider Eze's worst injury record? Yeah, that is playing on my mind. Honestly, usually I'd always just take Eze, but I'm finding it very hard to justify him over Sarr, and I've got a bad feeling if I put Eze in, and Sarr just does really well today, it's going to be hard to justify why I went for Eze. Eze's not on as many set pieces anymore. Sarr's minutes have been great. His underlying numbers this season have been slightly better. The only reason to go for Eze really is once everyone is fully fit. He is absolutely nailed. And I think Sarr will continue to start because of how well he's playing, but his minutes could get a little bit less than what we've seen. And also, if Mateta's not on the pitch, or if he wants to give up a penalty, which is highly unlikely, Eze would take it. But the thing with Eze's injuries, one thing worth keeping in mind, and his record is not great, I'll be honest, but the recent game that he missed was not to do with the previous injury. So he missed 3 games, game weeks 10, 11, and 12. That was with a hamstring problem, I believe. Then he played 64, 75, 71 minutes. He went off against Brighton early, but they were winning 3-0, I believe, at the time. And then he missed Arsenal. That was with a foot injury. I think he just got stood on or something. So it was like an impact injury. Then he's come straight back in and played 87 minutes. So I think his minutes are going to be better than they have been moving forward. But again, it's still very hard to justify over Sarr. I haven't got Sarr in yet, so he went up in price last night. So he's 5.9, but it's still a 0.7 million difference. But I just know, 7, 8 times out of 10, I would always pick Eze. And I'm just tempted just to do it. The only thing is, if I go for Sarr, it potentially makes it a bit easier to do in Burmo to Fernandez later on. And I probably will want Bruno back if I sell him. The annoying thing is, sometimes I've got to be better at just making transfers early. if I'd done Bruno to Sarr yesterday, then I would have only been 0.2 million off doing Mbeumo back to Fernandes at some point. And Fernandes will probably drop in price at least once before I need to do it. Won't Eze being back reduce Sarr's points? Possibly. For what it's worth, I think Sarr's a great option. If you're stuck for cash or you just don't want Eze, I think Sarr's great for under 6 million. You want one 90-minute man on penalties between Eze, Bruno, or Mbeumo. Yeah, I need to have a... No, but Eze's not a 90-minute man on penalties. Eze is not the same as Mbeumo. Like, Mateta literally took the last one. It's not about loyalty to Bruno. I just think he's a good option. I honestly think over the last few days since Bruno got suspended, people have lost their minds. I think Bruno Fernandes is a massive blind spot for people. Like they are not willing to accept that he's a good option. Like even with all the points he's got recently, people still say that he's been bad. It's mad. I know he was not very good for the first 9 games, but he's been brilliant since. Like it's crazy. I think it's just this massive blind spot for people with Bruno. But I'm going to sell him, and I probably won't buy him back. If I could do it, if I can do it in one move at some point in Mbeumo to Fernandes, I'll probably do it, but it's unlikely. Someone actually said to me on a comment yesterday that I deserved that red card because I'd kept Bruno for so long. Like that's how nuts people are about Bruno Fernandes. They're so weird. Like, the guy scored like 70 points in 8 game weeks, and still it's like, it's biased to have kept hold of him. Absolutely nuts. You're crazy backing up United against Newcastle. Well, I'm not, what do you mean? I'm going to have no Man United players this week. I think people just don't like Bruno. Yeah, but that's what I mean. They're biased, but they're biased, but they don't realise it. That's the issue. Anyway, let's get back to some non-Bruno. I'm probably going to sell him this week. Let's get back to some non-Bruno stuff. Start Jackson, but maybe bench or Jack. I would definitely start Jackson if I've got him. There's no way I'd bench him. We don't have enough guarantee that he's going to be on the bench. Have Brentford keeper double up. Best keeper replacement for the next 3 to 4 fixtures. Play 2. For the next 3 to 4 only. Why next 3 to 4? Probably Henderson, I guess. Or just Ray or Allison if you've got the money. I'd probably go Allison if you've got the money. Otherwise, Henderson, I suppose. Play 2, Rico Lewis, Colwill and Rogers. Rogers or Enzo Fernandez to start. Rogers. Hope you and your family had a great Christmas. I did. Thank you very much. Or I presumably they did as well. Just one burning question for my team this week. Who to start between Rogers or João Pedro? I'm probably going to have that dilemma, and I'm going to choose João Pedro because of penalties, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rogers outscores him. Playing Burma and Robertson or Timber. I guess there is a chance that João Pedro, I think he'll start, but there has to be a chance his minutes are a little bit less this week. Just because of the quick turnaround. But they've got like no forwards at the moment. I'll put it this way. When I do Fernandes to Eze, I'm going to have that same dilemma, and I'm probably going to play João Pedro. Playing Burma and Robertson or Timber and Bowen. Well, probably Bowen and Timber, yeah. Would you do Matoma to Sarr or Roll? I'd be tempted to do it. One free transfer, though. Yeah, like Sarr's not essential. I'd probably roll that. Although, hang on a second. After Villa away, is it not Arsenal at home? I'd be tempted to do it. Tao CD, thank you. Took out Jota and Lewis for Gordon and Munoz. Nice. Is it worth a -4 for a goalkeeper transfer or just play 10? I would probably take the hit, I think, especially if it's a good long-term move. Considering to buy Haaland and Munoz by selling Jackson and Gabriel with free transfers, what is your thoughts? I believe Captain Haaland's a big differential. It's a huge differential. I still don't think I would do it, personally, but I mean, in isolation, having Haaland and Munoz instead of Jackson and Gabriel does sound quite nice, but I'm not sure long-term it works out. If you have Haaland this week, I'd be super tempted to captain him. But again, that's very easy to say when I literally don't have Haaland. By the way, is anyone without Isak thinking about going for Watkins first? Slight temptation, maybe. Leicester at home. You get 2 home games instead of Man United away, Spurs away. Bench 2, Colwill, Robinson, João Pedro, and Rodgers. I'd play the 2 attackers. I have Bruno, Salah, Palmer, and Salah. I have Bruno, Salah, Palmer, and Salah and Winks. Want to hold Bruno? Who should I get in? Gordon, Foden, Trent, other. I already have Isak. Or I would want Trent long term, I guess, more so than the other 2. But Foden could be a really nice punt. Start Mikalenko or Castagna. I'd probably start Mikalenko. Oh, you've got Chris Wood as well. Maybe Castagna then, but I think Mikalenko might do better. Semenyo to Gordon. Semenyo to Gordon or Cunha to Jackson or roll. I'd be tempted to roll, honestly. Is it worth taking a hit for Jimenez to ease that? It is if you're really stuck for players to play. Otherwise, I don't think Raul Jimenez will start, if that helps. Not Ollie Blankins. But the thing is, he'll definitely, he's going to play close to 180 minutes. He has to, right? Because Duran's literally suspended, and that ain't getting overturned. But yeah, long term, he's not, if I was to get Watkins this week instead of Isak, I'd be getting Isak in 2 game weeks' time. I just don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth the extra transfer. And Isak will definitely go up in price. The other thing I'm not completely sure about is who to get as my cheap defender. Do I get Mikalenko, Anderson, or Castagna? I think Castagna, because I am probably going to play the Fulham defender next week. So Castagna against Ipswich sounds quite nice, but long term I can't be as sure about his minutes. So do I just go really safe and go Anderson? I just don't know. Captain Salah, Palmer, or Isak. I definitely wouldn't captain Isak. I know he's been really good recently, but I don't think Isak should be part of the captaincy conversation this week at all. I think, in my opinion, and I know I'm just going to get met with a load of biased comments, I think people are overplaying how easy a fixture Man United away is, personally. Isak's brilliant and probably the best forward to own at the moment, but he's not that good. So Palmer or Salah, I'm going Salah. If you want to go a bit differential, you can go Palmer. I just realised the badge is, what colour is this badge? The green screen doesn't like it. The night tick. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. There ain't no striker better than Jean-Philippe Mateta. Free transfer use. Nice. Would you play Robinson or Colwill? 7k rank. You just had to add that in at the end, didn't you? 7k rank. Nice. Showing off there. I'd love. How good would it be to be top 10k right now? Congratulations, by the way. I'm not bitter at all, as you can tell. Play Robinson or Colwill. I mean, Colwill's probably more likely to get a clean sheet, but Robinson's more exciting, isn't he? I think if it was me, I'd play Robinson, but the correct one might be Colwill. Bench 1, Aina, Timber, Gabriel, or Castagna. I think I would definitely play double Arsenal defence. Aina against... Who are they playing? They're away to Everton, right? I need to double check that. They're away to Everton. One of the best defences in the league so far away to Everton, or Castagna home to Bournemouth. Bournemouth attack very good. I'd be tempted by Aina, honestly. Should I play Porro or Vardio? Ooh, I'd probably play Vardio. What is your opinion on Foden on the wild card? Don't mind it as a short-term punt, but I think he is someone you're going to want to get rid of in about 4 game weeks' time. Bruno to Foden for a -4. If you've got no bench cover, then maybe yes. Bench boost with Valdemar and João Pedro, Castagna, and Lewis Hall. No, I don't think that's good enough, personally. It's not bad, though. Play 1, João Pedro, Amado, or Murillo, João Pedro. Worth taking a hit for Jimenez to ease that again if you've not got bench cover for sure. Boom, 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 boom. Mateta's in the room. Would you start Mitoma or Semenyo this week? Ooh. Fulham defence is probably... I'd maybe have Fulham defence slightly better than Villa. I haven't checked the numbers, but that's my feeling. But Semenyo is probably the better option than Mitoma. God, that's close. I'm gonna lean towards Semenyo because I just think Bournemouth attack is really good. Play 2, João Pedro, João Pedro, Cole. I'd bench Raul Jimenez. I don't think he's going to start. Again, I could be very wrong about that, but I think the quick turnaround is a problem. Lives in Ireland, never said he was Irish. I have said I'm Irish a few times. Like I always say, it's the accent. Play Rodgers or Maddison. So Spurs definitely have the better fixture. So the only thing I can say is, right, if they both start, 100% I'm playing Maddison. Like, there's not even a doubt about it. I'm definitely playing Maddison. The only issue is, will Maddison definitely start? I don't know. If I had Maddison, I think I'd have to start him against Wolves because it's too good if he plays. Like, if you've got Maddison, you're benching him. That tells me you shouldn't really have him. And I know I've got Jimenez, and I know I've just said he'll be benched, but he's a lot cheaper. And he's not taking up a midfield spot either. He is taking up an Isak spot, I guess. Bench 1, Robinson, Vardiol, Porro. I think I'm benching Robinson. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. But I'm benching Robinson out of those. Start Hall, João Pedro, or Rodgers. João Pedro. KP, thank you. Wow, you have no Isak. I have realised that I've got no Isak yet. It's been really fun. Put it this way, no Isak has not gone as nicely as no Saka did. Maddison only starts if Ange wants to play Kulusevski on the wing. He doesn't think those two can play in midfield. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, Kulusevski's like nailed. But again, why have you got Maddison then? That's the question, right? Like, he's not worth it. This is why I would not buy Maddison, no matter how many points he keeps getting. Because you got a fixture like Wolves at home, and you're debating whether to start him or not. Like, so that should just tell you he's not worth it. Is Robinson banned for yellow cards? No, I think I can't remember where it is now, but there's some app or site which is saying that Robinson's on 5 yellow cards, or 1 more than he actually is. So Robinson is on 4 yellow cards. I think he was given 1 that was rescinded in the match, but it never got taken off the website or app. He's on 4. So if he gets 1 today, he'll be suspended for the Ipswich game. But as long as he avoids 1 today, he can just keep playing. Yeah, flash score apparently. Play 2 out of João Pedro, Rodgers, and Enzo. I would... Oh my God. I would probably bench Enzo. Honestly, I know that sounds stupid because it's Ipswich, but... I don't know. Like, Enzo's fine, but I feel like the hype around him has died very quickly. I just like Rodgers at home. I don't know. You could make a case to bench Enzo to bench Rodgers instead because Enzo's got Ipswich, but I think I'd play Rodgers, and I'd definitely play João Pedro. When is the FA back from their out of office? I don't know. They're enjoying Christmas so much they just don't want to ban Cunha. Look to the future now. It's only just begun. Play 1, Mikalenko, Aina, or Robinson. Or Aina or Mikalenko, I think. I'm going to say Aina. It should be Mikalenko at home, but I just think Forest defence is really good, and Everton attack is terrible, usually. They are at home, though. I'm going to say Aina, but maybe it should be Mikalenko. Definitely not Robinson. Robinson's good, by the way, but Bournemouth's tough. Timber Colwell to Munoz or Forest defender. I would definitely go Munoz over a Forest defender, personally. But I wouldn't necessarily sell Timber or Colwell. If you need the money for Timber to Munoz, fair enough, but otherwise, no. João Pedro to Nicholas Jackson or Strand Larsen. I take it SL is Strand Larsen, right? I would definitely buy Jackson. Remember, though, that if Jackson gets a yellow card today, he'll be suspended for game week 20. The FA must have Cunha in their team. Honestly, once again, I'm just going to have to asterisk this season. If I get a bad rank, it's only because the FA didn't ban Cunha when they should have done. They literally assaulted someone. I know people will say he didn't hit him that hard, etc., but that is assault. What he did. You just keep on playing. I mean, by the way, I should say, I've got João Pedro. He probably should be suspended right now. Yeah, like, he literally tried to elbow someone in the face and missed. Actual bodily harm. Okay, but either way, he's hit someone. Right? He literally hit someone in front of the cameras, and you just keep on playing. Scoring goals from corners. Oh, my God. This Cunha, right, I'm not saying Cunha... Again, I'm not saying he's a bad option, right? I said at the time when everyone was bringing him in, he's much better than Strand Larsen. He'll get more points, etc. But the run reminds me a little bit of like the Jesse Lingard run and the Almiron run at Crystal Palace. Sorry, at Newcastle. The thing is, Cunha is definitely a better FPL option than those two were. It's just insane. Absolute insane. Insanity of how many points the guy's got. If Rodgers gets a yellow today, he'll be banned. Yeah, and do you know what? That'll be really, 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 really annoying. Because he'll miss Leicester at home. But it is what it is, right? Not much I can do about it. Gotta hope. When is the Villa game? Is it today or is it tomorrow? I think it's today. It's tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be on yellow card watch. I think Cunha will leave in the summer. I don't know if it will necessarily be Man City. I don't think he'll go in January though. Do 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 when the snowman brings the snow. Where did I get up to? Bench 2 of Martinelli, Wood, Rodgers, Timber, Robinson. Again, I'm probably just benching the defenders. Big dilemma. Bench 2 from Gabriel, Robinson, Timber, and Burma, Enzo, Mikalenko. Oof. Robinson and probably Mikalenko. I know then you've got Mbermo playing against the Arsenal defence. I get it, but that's probably what I would do. If you really want to go all out for the upside, then you bench Mbermo and Robinson, probably. Bench 2, Luca Dean, Timber, Enzo, João Pedro. Again, probably the defenders. Play Strand Larson or Mbermo. I'm hesitating because I kind of want to say Strand Larson because that's how much I think of the Spurs defence. Again, it's just benching 90-minute penalty takers. I don't have it in me. If you have it in you, play Strand Larson. Otherwise, it's just Mbermo. I think it's the easy choice. Evan Nielsen to Solanke, Jackson, Mateta, or play Enzo. You could probably just play Enzo. I quite like Solanke, to be honest, but I think if Jackson avoids his yellow, he's probably better. Would you go Eze or Sarr? Worried about Eze's minutes. Why are you worried about them? I mean, they could be quite low today because they've only just played. So he could get taken off early, especially if they're ahead. I'm probably going to go Eze. I think most people should go Sarr. I think... I don't know. Eze's the kind of player, he's going to get injured soon, and that will really frustrate people. It'll frustrate me as well, but I'll be able to get over it a bit quicker. If not Salah and Haaland, who would you captain this week? Palmer. 3 free transfers, Mikalenko, Mbermo to Sarr and Muniz. Mikalenko, Mbermo to Sarr and Muniz. Munoz, I guess. Do I take Jackson to ease out with benched outs or wait? No, I wouldn't sell Jackson to ease out this week, as long as you're not going to get priced out. I don't know about selling Mikalenko. I know it's a long way off, but there is a double coming up at some point. But yeah, Sarr and Munoz is probably better. Bench Hall or Carwell, probably Lewis Hall. Long-term Hall to Munoz. I think Lewis Hall is going to be pretty good for you, like, in the long term. But Munoz, next 2 out of next 3 are pretty good. Bench 2, João Pedro, Semenyo, Robinson or Enzo. Probably Robinson and Enzo, I think. And the world at Christmas time. I probably should turn the things off. Christmas songs. Surprised they haven't done my head in yet. Is it worth bench boosting if you have Rodgers, Semenyo, and João Pedro on the bench? Is it worth bench boosting if you have Rodgers, Semenyo, and João Pedro on the bench? Oof, I'd be pretty... Well, you don't have them on the bench, though, right? That means you're playing a back 4. But, I mean, yeah, that does sound quite bench boost worthy. There might be a time to get... There might be a time you get a better one in the future, but as it goes for just a random single game, that sounds pretty good. Bench 2, João Pedro. Oh, yeah, I did that one. Start 2 of Ahmad, João Pedro, Rodgers. I'd bench Ahmad. Is it time to sell Haaland finally? He's hurting us. I mean, probably, but he's also got Leicester this week. So, The thing is, with the Saka injury, it probably has made keeping Haaland a little bit easier. So if you come this far, I'd be tempted to keep him for Leicester, honestly. Hope you have a good day. Thank you very much. Hope you do as well. Ahmad to anyone for 7.1 or play Ahmad. Probably just play him. I mean, going for a Palace midfielder is quite good as well, I think. Eze hasn't played 90 minutes since October. That is categorically correct, yeah. Fernandes to start / Eze and then bench Rodgers or João Pedro to Mateta and bench Fernandes. So basically, Palace midfielder... No, wait. Yeah, so it's João Pedro and a Palace midfielder or Mateta and Rodgers. I think Palace midfielders probably... Oh, but you get to keep... Oh, no, wait. Sorry. It's long term, it's Fernandes... Oh, God, I can't work out what it is. It's Fernandes and Mateta, right? Fernandes and Mateta or João Pedro and the Palace midfielder. I think Fernandes and Mateta. If I've got that right, long term, yeah. Might take a bit of pain this week, but long term it could be good. I agree. The fixtures 21 to 24 are really nice for Man United. Like, people find it very difficult to differentiate the team's results versus the FPL points. So even though Man United have been doing bad, Fernandes has still been getting plenty of points. So I think the fixtures are pretty good. And it's probably a reason why most people won't look to sell Amad Diallo, because after Liverpool away, the fixtures are decent. And this week's not that bad, although it is worse without Fernandes there. Start Evan Nielsen or Strand Larsen. I think Strand Larsen, for me. Attack that Spurs defence. Bench Robinson, Timber or João Pedro. Oh, retracted. Redacted. Remember, Bruno isn't on pens this week. Yeah. 3 free transfers. Got Sanchez, Fabianski to Jorgensen. Why would you not just play Sanchez? I don't get why you have to sell Fabianski unless I'm missing something. Not captaining Palmer versus Ipswich. Not currently. I'm very tempted to do it. I don't know if I've got it in me. I don't know if this is a week do you know what it is, right? FPL is so much easier when you're doing better. If I was still on a run of like 8-9 green arrows in a row, would I be going for Palmer this week? Maybe. To try it. But I just think I don't want to go get another red arrow. But that's a really bad way to think about it. Would you do Porro to Menard for free or just roll? I'd be tempted to roll. And start trying Larsen. Sanchez may get benched. Yes, fair enough. I was missing something. Yeah, no, fair enough. Now you've... If it's a free transfer... The thing is, I honestly don't know if you want to go Sanchez and Jorgensen. You block a Chelsea spot. I think with Jackson, Palmer, Colwill, people have had Enzo recently. Oh, yeah, Palmer captain's the differential move, absolutely. Not arguing that. I just don't know if I can still get a green arrow with Salah captain. Don't know, I just don't think I can do it to myself. It is Ipswich, though. Do you know what? If Palmer smashes Salah, that's what we'll all be saying. Well, it was Ipswich. What were we thinking about? Have big fear of missing out for Minoz, but I have 4 solid defenders: Trent, Gabriel, Hall, and Colwell. Should I sell Colwell for Minoz? Have 2 free transfers? Honestly, you can probably roll. I think Minoz is really good. Right? If you're buying a cheap defender under 5 million this week, Minoz is probably the one. I don't think there's really too much debate about that. You could go for Colwell, Lewis, Hall, etc., but I think it's Minoz. But that doesn't mean you have to buy him. Like, if your defense is well set. Like, I only bought him last week for extra bench cover. Like, and I had 4 free transfers. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have got him. I'd probably be buying him this week and not getting the Fulham defender. Although I'd probably need the money. Bench one of João Pedro, Enzo, or Rodgers, Enzo. I need to get like a benching chart. I don't know. Maybe I should redo the stream layout for next season, or maybe later on this season. Do a captaincy poll. Okay. It's going to have Haaland, Palmer, Salah, and someone else, because some people want to go for Isak. Your game week 19 captain is Doodaloo. Turntables. Am I going to make transfers before the deadline? that is probably better than doing them after, yeah. So I'm gonna consider it. Would you sell Mikalenko to Manoz? Probably not. I don't think so. I get the temptation, but I'm not sure it's worth it. Rumours of Trent going to Real Madrid in January. I don't see it. I guess that's the... I don't know. It's hard to know without the inside info, right? James at Planet FPL has a nice rolling bench dilemmas ticker on his demo sheet. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I need. Honestly, I feel like I need to bring the ticker back. Although no one ever reads it anyway, but I still feel like I need to bring the ticker back. I think it was good. I think the ticker was better than the news and info bit I've got. That was my choice, by the way, to do it like that. The guy that designed it is a legend. Shout out to Marco. But it was my choice to set it up like that. I think the stream, it doesn't need like a massive overhaul, but any time I get it redesigned, I always think, oh, do you know what? Actually, I could do this instead. But overall, I quite like it. I think the stream looks good. Anyone disagree? I think it's decent. I think the ticker was better. The problem is FPL changed the UI layout. So you see how big the team is. I can't really take up less space than that, I don't think. I don't know if other people do it differently. Obviously, I'm always streaming on deadline, so I don't ever look at anyone else's. Yeah, maybe there is a way to do it a better space, but I think my team looks quite nice and clear. Maybe it doesn't need to look that big. I don't know. Maybe. Step into Christmas. Yeah, benching table might not be a bad idea. I don't know. I think there's some stuff I need to work on for next season on the videos in general. I think I'm going to have an overhaul next season in terms of graphics. Time for a bit of a change. I've used the same ones for the last couple of seasons now. Can't have it too messy. I think my UI is quite clean on the demo stream. I like the transfers in. I like the price changes. West Ham have no Fabianski and Kilman, Salah captain for sure. I think I am going to take the boring route. Looks good, but you can always improve. That is true. That is true. You don't want to keep changing it too often though. I think I also want to go to like more consistent colours. I think I use different colours for each video, and I don't need to do that. I don't think. Yeah, I can make it. Yeah. Of course, I can make it smaller, but it doesn't take up like that, for example. But that's not. Do you think that's clear? I think that looks a bit rubbish, personally. So obviously, if I did it like that, I could take off space at the top, move it up, and have the ticker along the bottom. It just doesn't look as clear as it did last year on the same size. I just think that is so much clearer. Feel like a decent bench might be useful today. Yeah, possibly. Anyway, let's not talk about the stream right now. Even though that wasn't about the stream. I saw a question then that I wanted to answer, but I can't remember what the question was, so I can't answer it. Yeah, I think this looks much better. Oh yeah, someone said I've recommended Solanke in 99% of my videos, but I don't think that's true. Maybe I have. I do quite like. I think Solanke's a better pick. I don't know. I feel like Solanke's a little bit underrated, but I don't know. I could just be massively wrong about that. The thing to remember is I am wrong about most stuff. Bowen to Gordon or Eze Sarr, or hold Bowen and roll. I'd be tempted to sell Bowen. But the thing is, I don't think Bowen to Gordon is that much of a difference. So unless you really want the Palace midfielder, I'd roll. Mbeumo to Gordon doesn't seem to be firing at the moment. I mean, he didn't fire the last 2 weeks, but he did fire the 2 weeks before that. So I don't... Personally, I wouldn't go to Gordon. I think Gordon is maybe arguably slightly better this week, but Mbeumo's got Southampton the week after. I know Gordon's got Spurs away, but I'd rather play Southampton still. Although... maybe there's not that much of a difference between the two. I'd probably hold Mbeumo. Bench 2 of Trent, Gabriel, Lewis, Castagna, Colwell. I mean, thing is, someone's injured at Man City, aren't they? Was it Akanji got injured? Maybe not. Oh no, Walker missed out the last game, didn't he? So Lewis will probably start. I would bench... do you know what? I'd probably bench Lewis just in case he doesn't start. Even though I think he probably will. Like, is there enough justification to go Lewis over Colwell? I mean, Colwell could get benched. He did against Southampton, didn't he? I think he'll play, though. I would bench Lewis and Castagna, I think. Bench one of João Pedro, Enzo, or Rogers, Enzo. Would you do Porras? Oh, yeah, I did that one. Start one from João Pedro and Burmo, Robinson and Hall. Probably João Pedro. In Burmo must be quite close. No early team news that I've seen. We haven't had any Man City news for a while, to be honest. When is the plan on playing wildcard number 2? Probably not until after game week 30. Which is another reason that rolling transfers looks pretty good at the moment. Just because there's going to be doubles for Liverpool and Everton, assistant manager to think about, so having extra transfers could be quite handy. Start one of Timber, Hall, Pedro, João Pedro and Ahmad. I've got Gabriel already. João Pedro. Half of City is injured. Pep can't roulette, so maybe that's why there's no early. I think people have just lost their sources for early team news, basically. Either that or they've just decided not to leak stuff anymore. Who would you play out of Evan Nielsen, João Pedro, Castagna? Probably João Pedro. God, it would be so nice for João Pedro to actually score a goal today. That would be really good. Apart from he's not playing today. So tomorrow. Oh, I just realised Salah captains today, the 5:15 game. Palmer captains tomorrow. Interesting. So if Salah blanks, Palmer captainers are going to be really looking forward to Monday the 30th of December. Also, by the way, tomorrow is my 8th year anniversary of making FPL videos. 8 years. Can I make it to 10? Maybe. I might be washed by the time I get to 10. Might have been taken over by everyone else. Yeah, 8 years tomorrow I think I did my first ever stream. In fact, I can check. Literally just check. Oldest stream. Let me see. There's 16,000 views now. Interesting. Yeah, 30th of December 2016. I wonder what time. I think it was quite late. I actually think it might have been the early hours. Like it might have been the 29th night into the 30th, like 1 a.m. or something. Was I making daily? Were you making daily, weekly videos at the start? No, I think I was just doing one stream a week at the start, and then that quickly moved to 2. So it was like Sunday and Thursday were the 2 days I did streams, and then I added in one video, and then I realised I could just split that video into 2 because of what was contained in it. There was no need for it to have it in one video. It just kind of started like that. Then I did the deadline streams. Then I ditched the Thursday streams. In fact, I think I went from Thursday to Friday streams because it was closer to the deadline. And then I ditched the Thursday, Friday stream for deadline stream instead. And next year, who knows? Maybe I ditch the Sunday stream. Maybe I do a video on Sunday instead. Do I miss the OGs? Yeah, I miss doing the Scoutcast and stuff. I just didn't have time for it in the end. I just had too much of my own stuff to do. But like I said before, Az and Mark just hate me now, so it's never gonna happen. When did I first stream on Scout? I don't know, before that. Probably 9-10 years now since I've been making content or been doing FPL content in one form or another. Sunday streams are good. Like I do like the Sunday stream, but they just don't get as much views as if I just did a video. That's the only thing. I need to think about it. Eight years on and you still haven't won. I know. I'm probably never going to win FPL. Yeah, I quite like the Sunday streams as well, but like you can just look at the views to see they're not as popular as if I did a video. Got 3 free transfers and I have a strong urge to sell Haaland. Yeah, I get it, but it is Leicester. Honestly, so I don't think there's any harm in selling Haaland, right, at all. But with the Saka injury, it's made it a bit easier to hold on to him. But put it this way, no one that hasn't got Haaland is worried about him right now. They might be after this week. Palmer, Salah, Sarr, Rogers, Isak. How's this wildcard attack? Looks pretty good to me. I think a lot of people are going to have those players. Munoz and Marcelli and Watkins or Trent, Sarr and Jesus. Well, for the next 2 weeks, probably the one with Watkins, but long term, probably the one with Trent and Sarr, I would say. Don't you say it's the final kiss. Start, bench, sell, Rodgers or João Pedro or Robinson. I'd just hold them all and probably start João Pedro and Rodgers. Who would you play out of Evan? Oh, I did that one. I think. Yeah. Pretty sure. Bench Rodgers, Matoma or Ahmad. Just got Bruno in. Is he a sell now? Also 2 free transfers. Looking at 8 Nuri and Lewis to be out. Any replacements? Can't wait for another 8 years of this. Another 8 years. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. People will be sick of me by then if they're not already. I mean, replacement defenders are probably like Munoz, maybe Colwell, maybe a Fulham defender. Bruno's not a must sell. If you've got a squad to cover him, then happy days. Just cover him. Like, he will be good after Liverpool away, in my opinion. Cunha's had 400,000 transfers in. I'm not even reading my own stream data. That's mad. Oh, God. Look at my players just being sold there. Fernandes, 500k out. João Pedro, 249k out. Is Cunha... Oh, my God. I'm going to have to wait till that comes back around on the stream now. Stephen, how is it going? I'm looking at getting Henderson or Munoz. Munoz causes a benching headache as I would have to bench one of Castagna, Rodgers or Jackson. Yeah, I don't think Munoz... Like, I like Munoz, but I don't think he's worth it to bench one of those. If I had Munoz and Castagna, which I will have by the deadline, I'm going to play Munoz. But I don't think it's worth bringing him in just to bench Robinson, if that makes sense. Am I listening to take that? Nope, don't think so. Unless they've got a Christmas song that's on my playlist that I don't know about. Start one of João Pedro or 8 Nuri or sell 8 Nuri to Munoz. Just play João Pedro, I think. Reckon many people switch off from FPL after a bad gaming, hence lower viewership. Maybe, but people would watch the video more. So I don't think it's just that. Like, the Sunday streams used to be big, but obviously other people just do videos now, so that's kind of taken away some of the views, which is why I kind of think maybe I should just do a video as well. But then do I want to commit to making a video every Sunday? Maybe. Yeah, E17, that sounds more like it. Matoma to Sai, yes or no? I'd be tempted to roll. If you've got a lot of transfers, I'd be tempted to do it more. Bench Rodgers or Matoma, sorry if I asked already. I would bench Rodgers. Jackson or Solanke, the best keeper this round. Ooh, best keeper. Hang on, let me think about best keeper. I mean, best keeper might be Henderson. Jackson or Solanke. Long term, probably Jackson. This week, I think Solanke, because there is more of a chance that Jackson gets benched than Solanke. Robinson versus Timber. I'd start Timber. Nick, thank you very much. Stay another day, exactly. Do you think Sales is better than Henderson? I'd take Southampton at home, I think, over Everton away. Sales is not a bad shout, though. And I mean, Alisson probably has to be up there too. Enzo and Pickford. Like, I'd probably go Pickford over Sales just because he's at home. Even though I know earlier I said I'd play Aina over Mikalenko. I'm a mess, honestly. Enzo or Semenyo? Robinson or Mikalenko? I think. 500k sold Bruno. He didn't drop in price. That might have been the red flag, possibly, but he might drop. Oh, there we go. Cunha nearly 400,000 transfers in. That is insane. Let me update that, actually. Let me see if it updates. Let me see if he's pushed over. Yeah, he's over 400k now. 414,000. Oh, my days. I like that Rodgers is getting picked up, by the way. You know what? You're probably right. Maybe. I'm not sure about what, though. Bench Young or Colwell? Ooh. I mean, Ashley Young at home to Forest, Colwell away. Do you know what? I'm going to say play Ashley Young, but I can't believe I'm saying that. I do like a bit of Take That, by the way. I just haven't got him in my Christmas playlist. Is Ashley Young a good pick? If you've got him, I'd maybe play him, but I wouldn't buy him right now. And I think if I was buying a Everton defender, I'd probably go Mikalenko, because I think Ashley Young's more expensive, right? Oh, the goalkeeper, yeah. I prefer streams over videos. They are more raw and relatable. Yeah. I could just try renaming it, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Sunday streams are not going away this season, that's for sure. I don't think. Although, no, they're not. There is a week, I think, in There is a week at some point, I remember, that I might have to do a video instead of a stream, but that's just because I can't stream one Sunday. I can't remember which one. Bruno Tassar for a -4 and bench Vardio. Nah, probably just play Vardio. Keep Bruno. Howson, Carwell, Hall, Castagna, bench 1. Probably Howson, I think. Him versus Hall is probably quite close. Brighton fan, 100% play Rodgers over Mitoma. Villa always beat us. They done a 6-1 a couple of years ago. Yeah, I know. That was the start of a ridiculous run for Watkins. Is Trent worth the extra money over Van Dijk? In my opinion, yes. Your streams now compared to that first stream have changed quite a lot. Did the changes come from just more experience, or did you ever get a sort of coach? No coaching. No. Just kept talking rubbish and got better at it. But obviously you learn things along the way about how to set up streams. Like Marco's, there's lots of people that have helped me along the way. Like Marco, who does all the graphics now. Like I was in a stream once and I remember saying something like, I need to get new stream graphics done. And within a week, I think, maybe even a couple of days, he just sent me a new template for free. And then over time, as I started earning more money and needed more stuff done, I just started paying him for it. You know, Reese does my short videos. I've had people help with my thumbnails. So the more like you make, the more you can kind of improve, I suppose. And early on, like I had Patreon, so people really helped on there as well. Bench Hall, Colwell to play Rodgers or João Pedro. Yes. I would probably bench Hall to play either of those attackers. How will you celebrate if you finish top 100 in the future? I honestly, I feel like getting top 100 would be similar to when I hit when I hit 500k subscribers, right? It'll feel really good, but that feeling won't last that long because then it'll just be, well, now I've got to push to 600k, 700k. So the journey's always better, right? So if I have that season where I'm pushing top 100 and I get it in the last week, that'll feel really good. But the journey will probably be like a longer lasting feeling than when you actually hit it. Like I won't celebrate. I just be like, oh, that's handy. What will I celebrate? I'll celebrate it by plastering it all over my video so more people watch, probably. Because as much as a lot of people will watch you no matter what the rank is, like you do just get more views if you're doing better, especially earlier on in the season. Like it's super handy to have a good rank early. I've said that so many times before. It's just come out recently as of an hour ago that Trent is on the verge to sign for Real Madrid. Who said that though? Like unless it's Ornstein or Fabrizio, I just wouldn't really pay too much attention to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe it. We'll see. Someone asked about Trent earlier. I don't think he will leave in January, but that's the only way Liverpool get any money for him. So I guess it's possible. Start Chris Wood or Raul Jimenez. Chris Wood. Raul Jimenez not guaranteed to start. Play Hall or Pau Torres. Probably Pau Torres. Bench Rodgers or João Pedro. I get it. I get why you're asking now because I'd probably say João Pedro, but you've got Pau Torres. I'd maybe be tempted to play Pau Torres and Rodgers and go all in. I think in isolation I'd play João Pedro over Rodgers. Where was I here? Let me get the chat back. Can you do a reaction to the games? Which games? Any advice for how to quit taking hits? Been doing it since the season started. I'm in the top 160. Well, they're ahead of me, and I've taken no hits. I highly doubt he leaves in January as well, but we'll see. It's not Liverpool fans, not all of them, of course, but there will be a section of like if Trent goes for free, a lot of fans will turn on him for getting no money from him, running down his contract. Sell Ahmad for Sarr. I'd be tempted to keep Ahmad, I think. I do think Sarr is better. Why is João Pedro over Raul Jimenez? I don't think Raul Jimenez is going to start. And also, I'm probably going to sell Raul Jimenez. Like, my actual team will probably end up being like... Oh, I'm going to bench Rodgers. I know Rodgers is going to do well. This will probably be my lineup. I'll have Eze instead of Fernandez and Isak instead of Raul Jimenez. Honestly, though, I don't know about benching Rodgers for Mbeumo. I don't know if I'm loving that. Just put that there. I feel like I should be benching Mbeumo against my double defense. I might do it. Why not? How much worse could FPL go right now? Like, is Rodgers due a rest at the moment? The thing is it going to be as easy to rest Rodgers with no Duran? Like, he only played 68 minutes against Newcastle after playing like 3 90s in a row. I don't know. I don't know if I can bench Mbeumo for Rodgers. 90-minute man on penalties. Play Timber or Mikalenko. Have Gabriel. Timber, I think. Your arm is pushing into Fabianski on my screen. Yeah. Sorry, Fab. Why am I choosing Eze over Sarr? I don't know. Maybe that faint hope that he might score a penalty at some point. Happy 8th birthday, thank you. Bench one of Colwell, Wood, JP or Rodgers. Colwell, probably. Please explain the benching. Defender. That's it. And also, none of those attackers have bad fixtures. Quick one, Lee Bowyer or Kieran Dyer? Kieran Dyer. AZ. You give away your age with your questions for sure. But then again, I guess I give my age away with my answers, knowing who you're talking about. Start Rodgers over João Pedro. Maybe. The thing is, I don't really think I have a gut feeling on what to do. It's going to be just... I'll just have to make a decision, and that will be... and so that will force me to make a decision, basically. Don't get Sarr, he's going to blank. Just sub Bruno for Rodgers. I could do that, but I have to sell Bruno to get money for Isak. The thing is, I don't necessarily think I need... Like, I could just roll. I could just play this team and roll and have no bench. There is that. Matoma to Sarr or Porro to Minoz, both for a hit. No, I definitely wouldn't take a hit. I'd rather do Porro to Minoz, I guess. Although I think Porro's fine. Matoma, can I do reactions to games live? Nah, probably like those streams are just not popular, like watch-alongs and stuff. Not for FPL. Like I know in general they are, but not for FPL. Doodaloo. Start Konza or Lewis Hall. Konza. Sarr in. Strand Larson to Jackson for -4. No, I wouldn't do that. Van Dijk or Van Heck to Trent for -4. Nope. If neither, would you start Strand Larson or Semenyo? Semenyo probably. And Mikalenko or Castagna. Mikalenko. Matoma and João Pedro out for Sarr and Wood. I don't think there's any need to do João Pedro to Wood this week, personally. The other move, fine, if you really want to do it. You could just roll. Bench Gabriel for Hall. No, I'd probably play Gabriel. Matoma to... I just realised is that there's no press conferences today, right? Because it's Sunday. With matches tomorrow, maybe. Matoma and João Pedro out for Sarr. Oh, I did that one. Matoma to Sarr or Porro to Miller. I did that one. Hold Bruno if I've got plenty of bench cover. Yes, I think that's fine. I would probably be doing that if I already had Isak, honestly. Yeah. That's why I quickly clarified what I meant. Watch-alongs in general are quite popular on football channels. They're not that popular for FPL. Some people would watch it, but... Will I ever make a transfer again? I literally made a transfer last week. And not the week before that, but the one before that. Play 2 of Aina, Cole, or Lewis, Rogers, Strand, Larson. I would play the 2 attackers. I think Strand Larson's okay against Spurs. Also, remember that like Mark Goldbridge and or like United Stand, etc., Arsenal Fan TV are just much bigger channels as well. I have done watch-alongs outside of Game Week 38, but Game Week 38 is when I usually do it. Because all games are on at once. Like, for Arsenal Fan TV, you've got a channel dedicated to Arsenal, so when Arsenal are on, people are interested. When United Stand do a stream about Man United, it's super popular, right? If I do a stream today at 3 o'clock, well, Salah ain't playing until 5:15. Palmer's not playing until the next day. Isak's the next day as well. Rogers, etc. the day after. So, like, who do we have on? Haaland, hardly anyone owns him at the moment. Maybe my new Palace midfielder against Southampton. I've got no one in Everton Forest. I'm probably going to have no one in Fulham Bournemouth. I've got Solanke against Wolves. So, like, it's Solanke and Eze. And that's about it, really. Not a huge amount else going on until the next few days. I hope you had great festivities. I thought you said on an earlier video you were selling Saliba. I did, yeah, but the deadline has not happened yet. We've still got time. Did we get any news on Diogo Jota? We didn't. I guess there's a good chance he starts this week, but it's not a guarantee. Personally, I would just avoid all Liverpool players. If you've got Jota and Diaz, you could start them, but I wouldn't buy them. Who's on penalties for United with Fernandes out? That's actually a really good question. Because Rashford also presumably just will not be playing. I genuinely don't know who will take the penalty for Man United if they get one. Højlund, I guess. Probably the most obvious pick next up. Maybe Eriksen. I don't see Garnacho being ahead of Højlund. Casemiro, not sure about that. Maguire. I mean, Maguire's penalty for England versus Italy was amazing, but Mount's injured, right? I don't think he's going to start. Is he still injured? Yeah, I think Eriksen or Højlund probably be the top two. Ahmad scored 3 out of 3 for Sunderland. Okay. Interesting. Play one of Semenyo or João Pedro. Ooh, I'm going to say Semenyo. I've got Haaland, Palmer, and Son. Who would you captain? Probably Palmer, but no, do you know, I'd be tempted to go Haaland. If you're not going to go Salah anyway, I'd go for the really big differential. Replace Rogers for Wood, please. I would just play Rogers. Start Hall or Lewis. Lewis, I think. Diaz or Rogers. Diaz has got to start this week, I think. Bruno and Raul Jimenez, Sara and Mateta for a -4. I'm not sure I would do it for a -4 unless you're really stuck for bench cover. One free transfer, Hall to Minoz or Smith Rowe to Rogers or Gordon or Strand Larson to either Wood or Mateta. I think your biggest issue there is probably Smith Rowe. So that's what I would do. Play 2 of Aina, Carwell, Rogers. Oh, Strand Larson, yeah, I would do that as well. Alex, retracted. Someone said I missed their super chat, but I don't know who said it, but I think I got them all. Bench 1, Raul Jimenez or Anthony Robinson. I think Raul Jimenez might get benched, so I'd say him. Would you do Jesus to Mateta for free? You probably just recently got Jesus, so I'd probably keep him. And I don't think I would take that no, I wouldn't take that -4 for Isak. I would think of a different way to get him later on. Is Eze on penalties? So I think Glasner said that he and Mateta will be sharing, but I think realistically Mateta will probably take the penalty if they're both on the pitch. But I might take the risk that Eze takes one. Imagine if Eze takes 3 penalties today. That would be nice. Imagine if Eze blanks and I've got Mbeumo on the bench. It's going to wipe out my double Arsenal clean sheet. That would not be nice. Richard Walker. I don't think I did. You asked me about Bruno Fernandes, right? If you got plenty of bench cover, and I answered it. Pick 2 of Wood, Aina, and Larson. I'd bench Aina, I think. I said, yes, I would hold Bruno. What do I think of Mateta captain? I think it's not a very good option. Not compared to like Salah and Palmer, etc. Right now, top 3 best players in the Premier League: Salah, Isak, Bruno Fernandes. I'd say. You don't understand the Sarr hype at all. You must understand it a little bit, right? Southampton at home, only 5.9 million. Got like 4 returns in the last 3 game weeks. Quite nice. In the drunk tank. Play João Pedro or sell to Jackson for -4. I would just play him. Have 2 Brentford goalkeepers, Fleck and Torreira, 1 free transfer. I'd probably go to Alisson instead. As long as you're happy like putting in another Liverpool player. Roll maintenance. Play 2 of Wood. Oh yeah, did that one. Do we think Flecken is out? Andrew, 35 months, thank you very much. I think there's a good chance he's out, but honestly, we don't know. I actually got Sarr in when he was at Watford for like a 3-game week stint. I think he scored every week or something like that. It was really good to me. They had really good fixtures. Bench one of João Pedro, Rogers, or Iwobi. Iwobi for me, out of them. Is it mental to start 5 defenders? No. Play Saliba over Robinson and keep double Arsenal defence, or play Saliba and Robinson and bench Ahmad? No, I would probably play Ahmad over Robinson, I think. Bench 1, Maddison, Rogers, Sarr, Cunha. Honestly, it probably has to be Maddison, because you don't know if he's going to start, and the rest will. Why did I switch from Palmer to Salah captain? Because I'm a wimp. I just don't think I've got it in me to take Salah on, basically. I did. Would you play Luis Diaz, Wood, and João Pedro over in Burmo? Yes, I think so. Mohamed, 21 months. Bench, thank you, by the way. Bench 1, Hall, Robinson, Semenyo, Ahmad. Hall, in that case. When am I dropping João Pedro? Probably not for ages, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to bench him next week against Arsenal, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. Would you transfer in Munoz just to bench Robinson? Probably not. Keep Ahmad or buy Eze. I think Eze is better than Ahmad, put it that way. Bench one of Munoz, Semenyo, or Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez. Best Bruno replacements, and it's Cunha banned. Cunha's not banned. Bruno replacement, I'd probably go Crystal Palace midfielder, maybe Gordon, maybe Odegaard if you want to keep a similar amount of money stored. Start Castagna or Colwell. Castagna, I think. Jack, new member, thank you very much. Start Mikalenko over in Burmo. Ooh. I don't know if I would do that. But it would be tempting just to go all in. Does Fabianski get the starting spot when he's back? I mean, I guess we have to say yes based on evidence so far this season, but it depends how long he's out for. If he's out for a little while and Areola does well, he could just keep the spot, right? There's no guarantee. Play Ahmad and Rogers or take a -4 to get a pallet. No, I would just play Ahmad and Rogers, to be honest. I think that's fine. I wouldn't take a minus. I like Palace midfielders. They're not worth -4s. Wood or João Pedro? Wood. Christopher Wood. Which team will win the Premier League and which will be relegated? I think Liverpool will probably win. Which I know is like the most obvious thing to say, but relegated, probably the 3 sides that came up. Would you bring in Munoz to bench Colwell or João Pedro? Probably not. I think you can just roll. Are Arsenal clean sheet odds high? I've not checked, but probably high-ish. I feel like Robertson attacking threat might be better than double Arsenal defence against Brentford. Not convinced, but maybe. I think Robinson's attacking threat's overblown a little bit, personally. And I can't imagine that Fulham have better clean sheet odds than Arsenal, at least not by much. But of course, if you want to start Robinson, you should. It's not like he's a bad option this week. Bench Rodgers or João Pedro? Probably Rodgers, I think. Cole first bench, yeah. If he's better than your other bench options. Is Crystal Palace attack a priority? I don't think this is like, if you need a new attacker, then sure you should look at them this week because they've got Southampton, but they're not essential or anything like that. We shouldn't start talking about them as if they are. Start Rodgers or João Pedro? João Pedro. Start Lewis or Hall? I'd probably go with Lewis, I think, and just hope that he starts. Captaining Cunha as pending ban. Cunha is the best player in the game. You might be right. Cheers, Jack. Same to you. -4. Luis Diaz and João Pedro are very frustrated with Brighton for a budget midfielder and Watkins. I probably wouldn't do that. I think the thing is, Luis Diaz will probably start, right, against West Ham, so he's a pretty good option. I think taking him out for a -4 just doesn't sit right with me. 1 free transfer, 1.9 in the bank. Bruno to Son, or João Pedro to Mateta, or Wood to Jackson, Enzo to Sarr, or roll. And play Semenyo. I'd probably just roll and play Semenyo, I think. I do quite like the Bruno to Son move, but I don't think Son's going to be someone you want to hold that long. So I probably just wouldn't do it. The Crystal Palace hype is insane. I don't know if it's... I mean, they've got Southampton at home and then Leicester away in 2 game weeks' time. You know, that's all there is to it. I don't suddenly think that Munoz, Eze, and Sarr are the world beaters of FPL or anything like that. They're just good options to bring in if you need a new attacker or a defender this week. Is Salah rested? He is, according to KSI. I'm not. KSI doesn't have a great track record of predicting benchings, though, I've got to say. Why am I holding off from bringing Isak? Because the deadline's not for another 37 minutes and 24 seconds. Iwobi will almost certainly be coming in for me this week. Arsenal 38% clean sheet on Rob T's graphics shared in Discord. Let me have a look. Yeah, so Rob T, follow him on Twitter if you're not already, at Rob T FPL. He has Arsenal clean sheet odds at 38%. The only team higher than them is City against Leicester, surprisingly. In comparison, Fulham are at 24%, so much lower chance. I'm going to bench in Burma, I think. I think I'm going to do it. Starting Burma, Rodgers or Hall? Rodgers. You're going to roll? Nice, yeah. I mean, I think I could potentially roll and get away with it, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. Bench Ahmad Visser or João Pedro. Probably Visser. Hall / Colwell to Munoz and play 4-4-2 with Strand Larsen bench to roll. I would definitely roll. Just play Colwell. Let's face it, Son is way better than Bruno. Yeah, I mean, Bruno's literally suspended, so if Son can't outscore him, there's problems. I mean, keep in mind that Fernandes had the same amount of points as Son for less money. And he was incorrectly sent off before. Not the last one. Anyway, yeah, you're right. Son is much better than Bruno. Who to start? Munoz, Gabriel, Timber, Castagna, Gomez. Ooh, Munoz definitely. Probably Munoz and double Arsenal defence, I think. Wait. Yeah. Moro, 1 free transfer, 1.9. I did that one. Rolling. Rolling have 5 free transfers. Yeah, I just don't think I need it. I'll still have 2 free transfers next week and hopefully nothing to do. God, I just love some points from my differentials now. Seriously, just give me some freaking differential points. Solanke hat-trick. That's all I'm asking for. Is that too much to ask? Our FPL's captain in Saab. Pray for me. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, hopefully he scores some good points, but less than Eze. That's what I'll be wishing for. Will Jackson be rested? Possibly. Be interesting to see KSI's position in FPL. I'm sure someone knows what his team ID is. I don't know what it is, though. Oh, Cunha hat-trick. Oh, Cunha's going to outscore Solanke. I can see it already. Cunha will... I don't know. He'll make a tackle on the halfway line and he'll tackle so hard that the ball will ricochet off the guy's shin and probably lob Fraser Forster, honestly. That's what I'm expecting Cunha to do. And then he'll be shouting at the ref and someone will cross the ball and it'll just hit him on the back of the head and it'll just go in. And he'll have a brace. And of course 3 bonus because he always gets bonus. Now, to be fair, I can't hold that against him. He is just very good for bonus. Come on, Solanke. Just outscore Cunha for 1 week. Bloody Cunha. Oh, boxing. I said to someone earlier, Boxing Day games actually caused me to swear in front of my nan. Because we went to my auntie and uncle's and my cousin had the matches on. So they had Man United on against Wolves. And I was kind of half watching it because you don't want to just sit there on Boxing Day watching the whole football when not everyone else is watching it. Plus, I had to keep an eye to make sure that people weren't taking a unfair amount of pigs and blankets. We had to ration them out. So I had half an eye on the pigs and blankets, half an eye on Man United versus Wolves. And when Cunha scored for Cunha, I just went, and you can imagine what the rest was. So I swore in front of my nan, and that's all Cunha's fault. So Cunha's got a lot to answer for at this point. There's no Man City leaks, by the way. Will Ahmad be on penalties? I think Ericsson or Højlund's more likely. Really fancying captaining Palmer, but his form has dropped and Salah's doing well. Yeah, but like form can change so quickly, and ultimately it's Ipswich away. Did my hand captain Cunha? I don't think so. I don't think so. She might be watching. She said she sometimes tunes in to see what rubbish I'm talking. Can cover Bruno with Ahmad? Should I do Wood to Isak 1 free transfer? I think getting Isak in is pretty good. Change De Bruyne and get Salah from -4, or is it stupid because I don't have any City players to bring Trent next game week? I mean, so I don't think I would necessarily take a -4 to get rid of De Bruyne, but it's no guarantee he starts, right? I don't know if he's got an injury or what at the moment, so at some point you're going to have to sell him, I think. I think if that gives you money to get Trent, that sounds quite good, although it is Man United at home, I guess. Chaz, 26 months, thank you very much. Who to bench? João Pedro, Strand Larson or Bowen? I'm going to say Strand Larson, and that pretty much is just penalties, and Bowen will play 90 minutes. Timber, Lewis, Trent, Colwell, and Greaves in defence. Play Timber, Trent, and Colwell, or Lewis out for Minoz for a -4 and bench. I would not take a -4 just to bench Colwell. Thoughts on Mateta punt for João Pedro? Don't mind it. Who would you target on a free hit? City, Spurs, Liverpool, Palace. Yeah, pretty much. Like I think if you're free hitting this week, you probably got to get like 1 or 2 Man City in because hardly anyone owns them. So they're huge differentials. Is there any other teams? I mean, guess Watkins. Considering he's definitely going to play because Duran is out, that would also be someone I'd highly consider. Above, I'd rather have Watkins on a free hit than Isak this week because I think that's a nice differential you can go for that you don't have to live with for ages. Bench on a Semenyo, Wood, João Pedro, probably Semenyo. Well, that's quite close between him and Wood, I think. Play 2 of Konza, Semenyo, Ahmad. I would bench Ahmad and Konza. Any Liverpool leaks? Is Salah bench? Salah's not going to be benched, but there's no leaks that I've seen. Who to start? Højlund or Colwell? Colwell. Luis Castagna, João Pedro, Roger Semenyo only play 2. I would bench the 2 defenders. Goalkeeper to replace Flecken. Allison or Pickford probably. If you need to go cheap, Henderson. Start Lewis or 8 Nuri. Probably Lewis. Start 1 Madison in Burma or Ahmad. Probably Madison and hope that he starts, but there's no guarantee. Hall or Huysen, Howson, I'd probably start Hall, I think, just about. Thoughts on... I did that one. Alex, 24 months, thank you very much. 2 years. Munoz, Van Dijk, Robinson or Timber. I'd bench Robinson out of those, I think. Oh yeah, I think I've done my sleeper selections. I need to do a draw. So I think the last round of sleeper for game week 18, only one person got 9 returns. Everyone else got like 8 or below. Would you have also sworn at your nan if she was cleaning out the whole bowl of pigs in blankets? Maybe. There was like 2 left, and then my nephew, I knew, like, because he's young, right? So he can get away with stuff. There was 2 left. I thought he's going to go for them. I heard him say it. I would like another pigs in blankets, so I quickly chucked one on his plate and then took the last one without asking, which is a bit... It's not very nice, but these are the things you got to do at Christmas. Thank you for everything. Thank you very much for watching, Victor. Happy New Year and a strong second part of the season on FPL. Yeah, hopefully. I'm not quite convinced it's going to happen, but we'll see. Bench Bowen, Rogers or João Pedro. You never walk alone. Probably. I want to say Bowen out of those. Although I'm not completely sure about it. But I'm going to say Bowen. That's my gut instinct there. Play Lewis or Robinson in a... I guess Bowen's like guaranteed 90. The other 2 aren't. I think the other 2 have got better fixtures. Play Lewis or Robinson in a 3-4-3, or would you play both and bench... I'd play Semenyo over Robinson, I think, and just hope that Lewis starts. Paul, 22 months, thank you very much. Robinson, Colwell or Lewis, bench 1. Robinson, I think. I've said bench Robinson to a lot of people. Like, he is a good option. I just want to say that. Play Enzo or João Pedro, Hall or Howson. I think Hall's probably got this. I'm going to say Lewis Hall. I think Howson's probably got this. I don't know if it isn't. No, I'm going to say Hall. Start Castagna or Mikalenko. Mikalenko, I think. Start Martinez or Kepa. Martinez, I think. Less than half an hour to the deadline, by the way. Do not forget to get your transfers and captaincy done. I'm going to do mine in just a short little while. Foden or Sarr for the next 2 game weeks? Foden. Do I plan to bring Bruno back? There's no plan to get him back, but I'm not against it. Like, when he's got Southampton at home, I'd be quite tempted to get him. You'll be lucky to have João Pedro play the whole 90. He's knackered and Ferguson wants minutes. Isn't Ferguson injured? Or he's had an injury recently? I don't know if he's still got an injury. Maybe he's back now. But you're right. João Pedro probably won't play 90 minutes this week. It'd be very unlikely. That's one of the reasons I'm not sure if I can bench in Burmo, because I know he's going to play close to 90, if not 90. The 5 yellow card suspension thing goes to 10 next game week. It does for every team apart from Liverpool and Everton, because they had a postponed game. Basically, Salah always does well on a Sunday. Oh no, I was going to say he's not playing on Monday, but he is playing tonight. Play one of Lewis, Kirkes, Mazraoui, Milenkovic and Guardiola, the other 2 defenders. Lewis, I think. Bit random, but have you been watching the darts? I have not watched a single darts match at all. Start Robinson or Iwobi. Iwobi. Happy New Year to you too. Start Mikalenko or Hall. Mikalenko. I do see some of the clips for the darts, though. I do understand why people really like it live, especially. It does look like good fun. But, yeah, I mean, I might watch it as it gets closer to the end, but I'm not really that big of a darts fan, if I'm honest. I feel like I would have watched it way more when I was young. Like, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of other sports outside of football, but I find these days I watch football and that's pretty much it. Like, I'll catch the odd thing here or there, but there's nothing I watch regularly outside of football. Like, I used to watch cricket, tennis. Now I'm stumped for other sports. I used to watch cricket and tennis quite a lot, especially. Rugby, wouldn't be the biggest fan. American sports, I can't get into NFL at all. Would you bench boost with Jesus, Saliba, and Lewis Hall? Team is Trent, Timber, Munoz, Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Sarr, Diaz, Isaac, Cunha. Maybe. It's quite close. I don't know who your goalkeeper is, but I'd be a little bit tempted to do it with that team. Again, you probably will have a better option later on. Gordon or Foden for Bruno. I think Foden's the punty pick, and I quite like it. Would you bench boost Enzo, Mikalenko, João Pedro, any goalkeeper using one free transfer? Robinson. See, I think Robinson's on your bench instead of Mikalenko, personally. Again, it's not a bad bench boost. If you want to use it now, especially if you've still got your triple captain left to use and the assistant managership, I don't mind that in a random game week. Is that Mikalenko or Hall? Mikalenko. For sure. NFL is so dark. My mates have really got into NFL over the last couple of years, and like they talk about it a lot. I feel like I've said this to them before. I feel like it's a long troll game. Like they don't really like it, and they're going to come out and just say they don't really like it. But for now, like, they even buy like I don't know, the equivalent of me wearing an England shirt, I guess, like jerseys and stuff, hats or whatever. UFC, no real interest. Golf, zero interest. Snooker, yeah, snooker I used to watch quite a lot, actually. Snooker, tennis, and cricket. Oh, there's Sai. Look, there's Sai. So Sai pretends he likes NFL. I don't think he does, really. Don't think he does. It's like, oh, who threw that ball 6 yards? Oh, we can have a break now. It's like, come on. You don't really like it. Start one of Joe Gomez or Robinson. Joe Gomez, I think. Start Evan Nilsson, Robinson, or Colwell. Double up for Sanchez. I'd bench Robinson out of those. Best Flecken, Fabianski replacement. Probably Allison or Pickford. If not, Henderson if you want to go cheaper. Oh, we threw the ball 2 yards. Let's see if we can get it 3 yards next. Test cricket or one day. Probably test back in the day, but like, I think test cricket's good, but like it's often not good until close to the end. Not like really good anyway. Two keepers are Sanchez and Sells. Oh, for your bench boost. I think you're quite close to an okay bench boost for like, when I say like a random single game week, what I mean is you haven't planned for it. It's not a double. But yes, for a random single game week, I think it's quite a good bench. Have I got any New Year's resolutions? No, not at all. Start one Castagna, Rogers in Burmo. I'm going to say Rogers. Cunha's not banned. Don't think so. Throwing stones from someone who likes cricket. Yeah, obviously, each to their own. The thing is, right, I watch cricket. I used to watch cricket a lot, but I also completely understand why people don't like cricket, especially Test cricket. It's so long. Like, it can get rained off. You have to get two guys called Duckworth and Lewis to figure out who's won. It makes perfect sense why people don't like it. But NFL watchers, they don't understand the same thing. Oh, he's thrown it 2 yards. Let's see if he can throw it a whole extra yard this time. You know, it's not. Oh, now we need a break. Now we need to get a whole other team on. I went and watched NFL at Spurs ground a couple of years ago. But that was just more so I could see my mates. I didn't really, not really that bothered about watching it. Exactly. It can go on for 5 days to end up in a draw because of the weather. Like, so I completely understand why people don't like cricket. But sometimes you get really good ends to test matches. You've got 20 minutes to make 3 transfers, and you're talking about other sports. But I know what transfers I'm going to make. Right? I said what moves I'm going to make yesterday. Start House on a Hall. I'm glad you like the channel. Thanks for watching. Oh my god, what does that mean? Oh, bench boost. Come on. You got that BNC bench boost this game week with Valdemarsson, Semenyo, Aitner, and Cole. I don't think I would do that one. Bruno Tassar and Kulusevski to Gordon. I would just hold Kulusevski. Bruno Tassar seems okay. New Year's resolution by Bruno Fernandes. That might be right. Start 2 of Rogers, João Pedro, Enzo. I'd bench Enzo, I think. Do you understand the rules of NFL? Yeah, you've got 4 downs or whatever it is to get 10 yards, basically. I mean, that I think once you know that, that's probably enough. I don't know all the intricate rules of NFL, but like I think once you know that, that's probably enough. Play one, João Pedro, Hall, or in Burma. João Pedro. I don't like cricket. That's honestly fine. Ice hockey, yeah, could be. I can imagine that's quite good to watch live. Basketball, like, wouldn't really interest me that much to watch, but I think to play, it's probably one of the better American sports. I used to play basketball a little bit when I was at school. Do I watch road bowling in Ireland? I don't, but sometimes the videos pop up. I never even knew that was a thing until the videos popped up. I missed Josh's super chat. I apologise. I'm too busy talking about NFL. Josh. Oh, sorry. Bench headache. Tempted for 4/5 at the back. Got Colwell, Hull, Lewis, but would have to bench in Burma and João Pedro. Which 3 would I pick? João Pedro and Colwell, and then I guess you could pick Lewis over in Burma. I definitely wouldn't pick Hall over in Burma, to be honest with you. Bench boost active, still got assistant manager, wildcard, triple captain, and free hit. Good luck to you. I hope it works out well. Can't go any worse than my triple captain did. First on bench, Howson or Dibbling? Southampton are away to Palace. I don't even know if Dibbling will start, right? So I guess Howson. Like, how many minutes has Dibbling been getting recently? I don't think he's injured, is he? Let me have a look. Yeah, 17:45 last 2 games. With a new manager, that doesn't sound quite good to me. I'd probably just go Howson. No, I'm not playing 4-4-2. Do you watch Irish Gaelic and hurling? No. Not really. But I think they're probably both better than NFL. Trent or Hall? I mean, there's no contest there. I watch WWE, not really. I used to a bit. And yes, I appreciate it's not a sport before we go down the most obvious thing to say. Bench Martinelli, Rogers or Jackson? Oh, probably Rogers out of those. Start Ahmad or João Pedro, Hall or Robinson, Bruno to Gordon, Tick. Nice. Thoughts on Ndiaye? Ndiaye at Everton? Might be an option for the double. I'm not sure I'd be bringing him in right now. Start Timber and Gabriel or switch one to Lewis. I'd probably just start the double up on Arsenal, yeah. F1, no interest whatsoever, honestly. I went to a F1 track once. I don't think it was like the proper F1 cars they were testing, but it was like similar cars. They were doing like testing or something. And like people were so excited to hear them as they went past. I couldn't have been more bored, to be honest. That was like on a college trip or something. Start 4, Gabriel, Mikalenko, Robinson, Trent, Hall, and Permo, João Pedro. Come on, you're not benching Trent. Start 4. So João Pedro, Gabriel, Trent, and in Burmo, probably. Fleckenbow into Alisson Becker, Eze -4. Nice. Bench 2, Cole or Mikalenko. I'd bench Castagna. And Enzo or Jesus, I'd play Jesus. Bench 1 of Ahmad, Rogers or Wood. Ahmad, Robert, thank you. What do you think about Isak, captain? I think is honestly, like, captain and Isak's never like a stupid decision, but I do think it's pretty terrible this week compared to the other options on offer. Like, you've probably got at least one of Palmer, Salah, or Haaland. They're all better than Isak captain this week, in my opinion, which is often wrong. So just keep that in mind. I'm probably not going to start in Burma. Davies' first family. Have I missed your super chat? I don't think so. I did just rattle through some pretty quick. Yeah, just did that one. Ahmad. I would bench. It is a differential. I don't think it's a very good one. I think that Isak's great, but he's not captain against Man United away great when Salah's got West Ham away, Palmer's got Ipswich away. Like, if you want to go differential, captain Palmer or Haaland, in my opinion, if you want to go against Salah. Now, honestly, like, my son likes, like, he's big into like cars and like hearing the boy racers cars go past, I honestly I couldn't have any interest in Formula One cars, like, and how loud the engines are. Like, I'm sure it's cool, but just not for me. That's fine, right? Everyone's got a different opinion. There's people out there that absolutely love F1. That's fine. João Pedro to GJ. Forget Cunha to Jackson. Who's GJ? Why? Who's GJ? Glenn Johnson? Oh, Gabriel Jesus. Okay. I don't really get the Jesus hype, if I'm honest. I guess so. Like, I wouldn't want to lock my... Like, you're going to have to deal with Cunha at some point, right? So if you lock off the Cunha to Jackson option, what's the next plan when Cunha does... Like, Cunha will get banned, I think. Like, he has to get banned. It'd be crazy if he doesn't. It's just when. Surely Palmer captain. I think Palmer's a really good captain, yeah. I should really ask Praz what he's doing. If Praz is captain in Palmer, maybe I can get on board. I bet he's captain in Salah. Chess. Have you heard what a prune Carlson is? I know he was wearing jeans or something. And I thought, how dare he wear jeans to play chess? Like, absurd. But apart from that, I don't really know much about it. On the third day of the test, I was asked who's winning. Too early to tell. Gripping. That is Test cricket, yeah. Bench one: Sarr, Rogers, Jackson, Cunha, and Enzo. Enzo, I think. Enzo or Semenyo. Probably Semenyo, honestly. Although I think because of the fixture, you could maybe argue Enzo, but I do like Semenyo. Masraoui or Hall. I think... I feel like Man United have actually defended okay-ish, but they keep making mistakes. I'm going to say Masraoui over Hall. Just go for the guy at home. Captain Haaland or Salah. Salah's the safe pick. If you want to go differential, it's got to be Haaland. I quite like that this week, but I would say that I don't have him. Carlson plays FPL. He does, but he has the audacity to wear jeans to play chess. Absolutely insane. Like, I'm sure there's more to it, but as an outsider, like, being a problem with wearing jeans to sit down and play a board game, like, I don't know. Maybe there's rules around what you have to wear. Like, I guess if a tennis player turned up to Wimbledon wearing jeans, they probably wouldn't be too happy about it either. Bench João Pedro will start one of Munoz, Robinson. Oh, it's a bit different, I think, by the way, but whatever. Bench João Pedro will start one of Munoz, Robinson, Aina. I'd play Robinson over... I'd play João Pedro over all of them, probably. Maybe not Munoz. Robert, 90 months, thank you. João Pedro or Wood to Watkins or Mateta for free. I would go João Pedro out of him and Wood probably, and to Watkins, I guess, as a short-term punt. As long as he doesn't block any other future moves. Is Cunha getting banned and New Jackson's getting a fifth yellow? Not really, because Jackson might not get a fifth yellow. Cunha's definitely getting banned. People would just get super lucky in the meantime. Like, if that had happened any other week, not at Christmas, I'm sure he'd already be banned. Flecken to Sells or Allison, or do I just start Valdemar off my bench and roll? I quite like the idea of just upgrading, to be honest. Brentford goalkeepers long term, not great. Start Semenyo or Rogers. Semenyo, like, good. Rogers, probably. Would you start João Pedro or Strand Larson? Probably João Pedro. Gabriel and Tim are double Arsenal defence, or Gabriel and Hall. I'd go double Arsenal. Nothing wrong with double Arsenal defence. I guess I should make my transfers, shouldn't I? I guess I should make my transfers. João Pedro looks horribly ineffective to me. He is not been great, yeah. I think Havertz's minutes will be better than Gabriel Jesus, put it that way, but he's also more expensive. I maybe have overlooked a little bit just how cheap Gabriel Jesus is. The FPL site is down. I really hope that's not true. Seems to be okay to me. Bench 1, Rogers, Imbermo, Jacob Murphy. Murphy has returned all of his last 4. Minutes are good, numbers are good, 5 million still. Yeah, I mean, you could play him over Imbermo. Although, could Barnes start? I mean, given how well it's going for Newcastle right now, presumably Murphy will just start again. So you could maybe argue to play him over in Burmo. By the way, for any of us that have got in Burma that are going to bench him, we're definitely going to get punished. He'll get a penalty or something against Arsenal. Hall or Young. João Pedro done nothing the last 4 or 5 game weeks. That is correct. Like, it's literally a fact. You're right. He did get 1 assist like 6 weeks ago or something. Bought in Eze, might regret it. I'm buying Eze over Sarr. I'm definitely going to regret it. I guarantee you I will need the money that Sarr will not only outscore Eze, but I'll also need the money that I would have saved by getting him. I can just tell. The only good thing JP has done is not get sent off. That is true. I can't start calling him JP. I think you can write JP, but you've got to say João Pedro. Start 2 of Roger Semenyo, Larsson or João Pedro. I would bench Larsson and Semenyo, I think. Bench 1, João Pedro, Porro, Ahmad. Porro. Pick 1, Rogers, Robinson or João Pedro. João Pedro. Would you start Wood or Bowen? Ooh, good question. Chris Wood, I suppose. Right, I'm going to make my transfers. I can't believe I'm buying Eze, by the way. It's going to be a killer. I do think he's a good option, but Eze without Elise is like fish and chips without salt and vinegar. But what about, how is Sarr doing it? Weird fact, my daughter told me Lewis Hall was in the year above her at school and she knew him quite well. I now feel a sense of loyalty and he's now on my team. Nice. That's a good claim to fame. My dad used to tell me that he went to school with I don't know what his real name is. The guy that plays Agent Smith in The Matrix. I was like, oh, did you know him? And he's like, no, he's just in the year above. I don't even know him. I went to school with Strand Larson, but I still sold him for Isak. Fair. Absolutely fair. I need to make my transfers because otherwise I'm going to forget them. Oh, I can't believe I'm selling Bruno. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm gutted. I'm genuinely gutted about this. Hang on. I need to think about who I'm getting. So Isak's obvious. I'm probably going for Eze over Sarr. I'm going to regret it, aren't I? What's the price difference now? 0.7 million. Sarr's going to outscore Eze, I can just tell. 4.3 million. Do I get Mikalenko, Anderson, or Castagna? Hugo even, that sounds about right. I'm literally not priced out of Isak. The thing is, right, if I get Castagna in, I'm definitely playing him over Munoz. I'm definitely playing the Fulham defender over Munoz next week. Anderson is the safer long-term pick. Like, Anderson's definitely the safer long-term pick. But Castagna has been decent. I guess Anderson does have some goal threat from set pieces. Get Sarr, I did. He's a 90-minute man. Better stats, plays like a forward. Eze is more deep in it. Oh, don't. Maybe I should just get Sarr. The thing is, if Sarr returns this week and Eze does, I just look like an idiot straight away. Like, straight away. No, I don't. I think even if I get Sarr, I'm still getting the same defender. I want to go cheap. I want to go cheap in that position. Yeah, so I will look at Super Chats in a minute. I would stop putting them in for a second. I'll try and get to them in a minute. I think I'm going Anderson. I think I'm going to play safe. Even though Castagna's I think, a bit more exciting. I'm going to go for the boring pick. What will the extra cash be? The thing is, if I go for Sarr, that maybe leaves a route from Solanke to Jackson later on. All this for Mateta to score a brace. By the way, I'll say this now. I don't think that Eze's on penalties ahead of Mateta. I don't think that. So that's not why... Eze will take a penalty if Mateta's not on the pitch, but if they're both on the pitch, no chance. Sarr over Eze. Oh... I'm not used to using this many transfers. You'll need the money later. Possibly. My only reason for going Eze is long term. Will Sarr keep the same minutes? Eze doesn't have penalties. On recent training videos, Saar was practicing. Saar's not taking penalties ahead of Eze and Mateta. Let's not do that. The thing is, I'll be honest, at Christmas, I've just not been thinking about my team anywhere near enough. So I don't know if I'm going to need that money. Like, who do I not have that I'm going to want soon? Who do I not have? I'm not going to want any more Arsenal players anytime soon. Jackson, maybe. Saar, yeah. Saar, but I could do Mbermo to Saar if I wanted to. Imagine if he does take them, though. What is it? Or Saar, if Saar takes penalties, I'm just done with FPL this season, honestly. Like, completely done with FPL if Saar takes penalties. That'd be disgusting. If Saar keeps playing 90 minutes, he probably is the better value option than Eze. Also, the other thing is, if Eze blanks this week, like he could start going down in price again, whereas Saar might even go up in price. Like Saar's already gone up in price last night, and he's getting closer to another rise. Like, so Eze, I'm just more likely to lose money on. If you get Saar, you can keep Fernandes. I can't. Even if I'd made the move last night before Saar rose in price, I still wouldn't have been able to afford it. I can't take too long to I can't take too much longer to make the move because I need to sort my bench out. You'll be sorry. Semenyo has gone for Eze. Nice. I mean, I could do Mbermo to Saar and just get both of them. Who do I upgrade Flecken to? Alisson or Pickford for me, or Henderson if you want to go cheap. Howson or Hall? Hall, I think. Mbermo, Howson, Henderson, or Saar, Munoz, Raya. Probably the latter. Would you rather see two of your players get an attacking returns or your supporting team get 3 points? 3 points. Take a hit for Matoma to Martinelli? Nope. Viz Academy, 1 free transfer, 8 Nuri to Munoz and start over Robinson or start both. And who'd you bench out of Enzo Rod? I wouldn't make that move. I would just play Robinson and those attackers, I think. Like, Munoz is good. I don't know if he's that good. Saar took penalties for Watford. He's not taking penalties ahead of Mateta and Eze. Come on. Bro drops deep a lot. I know, but people used to say that Salah was too wide and all this stuff, and Mbermo forgot how to shoot, and then he scored loads. Eze within. I think people are overplaying the injuries a little bit, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Guess what I forgot? I'm probably going Eze. I'm gonna if Saar outscores him this week, it's like the thing is every time I make a transfer, I just think what comments are coming. And I know what comments are coming. Like, you're an idiot. Look at Saar recently. Eze's been injured. And then I won't even want to buy Saar next week. Fernandes, look at it. Fernandes out. Oh, I'm gonna regret that so much. I can see it already. I don't. I've put him in and I don't even like it. I'm gonna bench in Burmo as well just to make my weekend. It's not even weekend. Is it still the weekend? It is the weekend. Right. We're done. Money will be an issue in the future, probably. At least I'll have 2 free transfers to deal with it. I can do Eze to Saar next week when Saar's 6.3 million or whatever he is. Saar had a couple of good games. Do you know what? Saar's only returned in 3 of his last 9 games. But the thing is, if you go and look at Eze's returns, it's probably even worse than that. Foden and Lewis benched according to FPL main row. Are you kidding? Are you sure you haven't been done by someone else, like Boona or something? Yeah, no, I don't see him saying that at all. So I don't think that's true. I think you've been Boonered probably. Oh, someone's just DM'd me who's got stuff right before saying that Lewis and Foden both playing. It's Booner, what a surprise. Lewis and Foden apparently are both playing. Now, that person has been pretty good before, I have to say. I can't remember exactly how many times they've been right, but apparently Lewis and Foden are both playing. Rico Lewis, that is. Okay, I'm locked in, by the way. I'm locked in. I'm locked. Eze. Oh, I don't want... What is the game on? It's on at 3 o'clock. The Premier Sports have a game. Premier Sports Ireland. Please don't have the Crystal Palace match on. I don't want to watch it. Oh, they don't have anything today. That's probably because it's a Sunday and Leicester Man City's on Sky. Okay, so I don't have to watch Palace at least. Some people have still got Rico Lewis. Some people have still got whoever. Right, we're locked in. Job done. Oh, you made me panic then that I actually had Raya as vice captain. Southampton are more difficult to beat right now. Maybe that's true, but that also feels like the person that a couple of game weeks ago said that Ipswich was a tough fixture, and then they conceded like 5 or something. Like, again, if you're starting to worry about targeting Southampton, who the hell are you targeting? Like, are we only targeting Leicester now? Maybe. Right, I'm on Salah captain. I bottled it. Should have gone Palmer probably. Right. I need to do a draw for sleep. I haven't got my phone. No, I do have my phone. I'm not playing FPL Challenge, no. Haven't played it at all this year. Let me just do the draw for Sleeper. If you haven't already, by the way, check out Sleeper using the link in the description below. Get your predictions in before the game week 19 games kick off. There's another £50 Amazon voucher up for grabs this week. Let me go here. I just need to get the names up. I didn't do it beforehand. Is Salah playing? Hopefully. Going Eze instead of Sarr was ballsy. Eze is going to be slightly lower owned as well, which is quite nice. Okay, I don't see anything about that. Your top 20k in the world for FPL Challenge. Very nice. Yeah, so match day 18, Gakpo Goat got 9 predictions correct. So I'm going to do the draw for game week 17. I think 3 people got 8 or something like that. Doing free hit, just wondering, is Mateta good up front? Your free hit's locked now. I like that as a punt. So there is 3 people. So we've got Rid, HS, Probet. We've got Drunken ST3RIN, and Man Sicky 56. So only 3 people got 8 right in game week set. This is the game week 17 draw that I'm going to do. Okay, so let me just take that off. So this is the game week 17 draw for... What the hell? Why is that up like that? Oh wait, I've clicked that. Oh geez, that's a really old stream. That I can probably just delete that. So let me just quickly do the draw now. Click to spin. So Drunkenstein, you have won the £50 Amazon voucher. I'm going to message you after this stream to get your email address to send the voucher. If you want to get included for the next... Sorry, if you want to play along for Game Week 19, just download Sleeper using the link in the description below. Get your predictions in and join my league. Whoever gets the most predictions will get a £50 Amazon voucher. If it's a tie, I'll do a draw on the next deadline stream. And the next deadline stream will be on the 4th of January. On a Saturday. We'll be back to a Saturday. And then we've got 10-day break after that. So the next deadline stream's on Saturday the 4th of January. And then there's a 10-day break. And then the next stream after that will be on a Tuesday. So there's FA Cup, I think, basically. You're playing a back 4. Gabriel, Aina, Van Dijk and Cole ahead of playing Ahmad. Yeah, don't mind that. Don't mind that. Eze will smash the second half of the season. Or he'll just get injured. But we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed Raul Jimenez starts. I don't think he will, but you never know. You never know. Eze has more assist potential. If anything, he assists Sarr. Well, if that's the case, I'd rather have Sarr, right? Because then Sarr is scoring. We'll see. We'll see. I think I owned Eze earlier this season. Got me a goal against Chelsea, and that was about it. Right, anyway, I am off. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed that stream, make sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you joining me on this lovely Sunday for a slightly later stream. I will be back, like I said. I'm just thinking, will I do a knee-jerk stream this week? I think my stream's died, by the way. The chat has gone. The stream has died. Yeah, I think my internet's gone. I don't know if you can even hear me. Everything's just crashing here. KSI is probably lying, yes. Okay, I'm back. That was so weird. So strange. Yeah. I don't know. I might do the problem is, tomorrow, the games don't finish till 10, so I'm not going to do one then. Maybe I'll do one New Year's Day, possibly. But then we're only a couple of days before the deadline. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed that, make sure to give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you again at some point over the next couple of days. Good luck for Game Week 19, and I'll catch you soon.